I remember a time when I thought burning out was just part of job. If you are not tired, if you are not stressed, are you even working hard enough? That's what I used to believe. But somewhere between client calls, campaign launches, and my fifth espresso of the day, something cracked. Now talk about the invisible weight marketer carry. Burnout isn't a marketing problem. It's a mindset problem. Marketing today isn't what it was 10 years ago. We are not just statistics, we are content creators, media buyer, data analyst, storyteller, customer psychologist, and sometime therapist to our clients. Seth Godin said, marketing is no longer about the stuff that you make, but about the stories you tell. And the problem is, we are telling too many stories at once for others, for algorithm, for clients. But we forward to check in with our own. There is a term in neuroscience, cognitive load. It simply means how much your brain is trying to hold and juggle at one time. Let me give you a simple example. One morning, I was finishing ad creative for a client, tracking UTM links for another, answering Slack pings, and trying to remember to post on Instagram all at once. I wasn't tired because the work was hard. I was tired because my brain had to keep switching, like opening one tab, then another, without closing any. That's what cognitive load is. The more thing we try to keep in our head, the slower we get. It's not about intelligence, it's about bandwidth. So, how do you reduce this load without dropping the ball? Here's what worked for me. I started blocking time where I only do one thing. No tabs, no multitasking, just pure focus. I write everything down. The moment something enters my brain, a task, a reminder, a deadline, I get it on paper or into Notion. That way, my brain isn't doing background processing by remembering all those things. I also split my week into themes. Monday for studies, Tuesday for content, Fridays are for reporting and reflection. This way, my brain knows what mode to be in, and I don't burn energy switching back and forth. Once I did that, I start feeling less scattered, more calm, and my work way sharper. Because when your brain is clear, creativity finally has space to breathe. Now, talk about a reflecting moment. Ask yourself, when was the last time you worked on just one thing for 2 hours, with your phone off and your mind fully there? Eventually, the brain stops performing, not because you are weak, but because you are human. Here's how I knew I was burning out. My creativity was drying up. I failed a mentoring meeting. I started hitting the platform I once loved. Weekend weren't restful. It's just recovery time. Michael Gungor once said, burnout is what happens when you try to avoid being human for too long. We don't talk enough about this in the digital marketing world because burnout wears a mask. It looks like a hustle. It sounds like ambition. It feels like necessary. But it's not sustainable. And deep down, you already knew that. I remember one campaign launched where I worked throughout the night, tweaking ad copy, resizing creative, and responding to client feedback at 1 a.m. at night. The campaign worked, but I did not feel proud. I felt empty, not because of the work, but because I had nothing left in me. That's when I realized great campaigns aren't worth if they come at the cost of your peace. Last year, I broke my hand, and for the first time in a long time, I was forced to slow down. I could not work the way I used to. I could not type at full speed, could not take on everything, and honestly, I hated it at first. But as the weeks passed, I began to see clearly. I realized I don't need to do everything, just the thing that truly matters. Creativity returns in stillness. Almost everything will work again if you unplug it for a few minutes. including you, Anna Lamoth. When I slowed down, I started enjoying writing again. I got curious about ideas. I began observing instead of reacting. Deep work beats shallow multitasking. Instead of doing seven things at once, I focused on one thing for 2 hours straight. It was painful at first, but powerful. Number three, energy is better matrices than time. Time blocking is great, but energy blocking, that's next level. I started tracking which hour I felt most alive and worked only then. Number four, saying no is a skill. Not every trend needs your adoption. Number five, system greater than motivation. I created system for content patching, client communication, report automation. Now what it does, it freed my mind to do real thinking, not just reactive execution. Now let's talk about a little bit philosophical reflection. I used to think my value was tied to how much I could juggle. Now I measure it by how clearly I can think and how well I can breathe. And I genuinely believe that clarity, not chaos, is the ultimate marketing superpower. Number one, the Eisenhower matrix. Urgent versus important. Most marketers spend 70% of their time on urgent, not important tasks. That's a trap. Move your calendar around to prioritize deep strategic work. Let's take an example. I used to respond to every message instantly. Now I label tasks using these matrices. If it's urgent and important, I do it. If it's not urgent and not important, it goes off my plate entirely. Number two, 80-20 rule. 80% of your results comes from 20% of your effort. Look at your last 10 campaign. Which one actually moved the needle? Let's take another example. I let go of a weekly series that took 3 hours to create, but bought in no engagement. That energy went into one high-performing funnel that continued to generate leads. Number three, the three-task rule. Each day, I write down just 3 outcomes, not tasks. Outcome, this keeps my mind focused on impact. Number four, journal like a strategist. Every Friday, I write what worked this week, what drained me, what energized me. It's like running a marketing campaign on yourself. And over time, you start spotting patterns. What kind of project actually makes you happy versus what just fills your calendar. You're not alone. Your exhaustion is valid. But here's the thing, slowing down does not mean giving up. It means you're choosing sustainability over spectacle, depth over dopamine, purpose over performance matrices. You can't pour from an empty cup. Take care of yourself because the best marketers aren't the one who hustle the hardest. They are the one who last the longest. They stay sharp, stay human, and most importantly, they stay joyful about what they do. So if this video resonates with you, maybe today is the day you choose to pause, reflect, rebuild your rhythm. I post one video every Friday, not to overload your brain, but to give it something to breathe with. If you are on this path, hit subscribe and let's build marketing career that doesn't just look good online, but it feels good inside. Thank you, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया सुनने के लिए and we will meet again.